All right, I'm going to describe to you how to create a position dashboard. There are 3 steps, and the acronym for remembering the 3 steps are RPM. First step is respond to a question and brainstorm your answers. And I'm going to show you how to do a position dashboard using a very simple job, and I'm going to use something that's not relevant to your work so that you can just focus on the process, not on the job that I'm using as the example. So the example I'm using is a housekeeper in our home and in my home office, okay? So the very first step in our formula of RPM is respond to the question and brainstorm your answers. And the question is that you're responding to is, what must happen in the job in order for the job to be successful? Or said negatively, what must happen or the job has failed? So for the housekeeper, what I've done is answered that question, and I've written my answers on Post-its. And so a good way to think about it, I'm answering the question, what must happen in the job in order for the job to be successful? And I'm going to think about past people in the job that worked well, disasters in the job in the past, and things I wished I had had in the job, or I wish or would like to have in the future. So you'll see here I've got reliable and consistent, trustworthy. In the past when I've had a housekeeper, that worked, and so that was the first thing I thought of when I'm answering superior performance as a housekeeper in the Price household. And then some things that didn't go so well last time I had a housekeeper was brought around these answers in my response to the question. Pleasant to be around, independent worker, self-directed, takes charge and ownership. I want somebody to actually own the job of housekeeper and cleanliness of this house. So I want them to be able to come in, be happy they're coming to do it, and to own the job as opposed to while I'm working in my home office asking me a lot of questions. And I want somebody who's knowledgeable about cleaning. One of the disasters last time was the past person used something on our hardwood floors that didn't work very well. So knowledgeable about cleaning and cleaning products, and likes to clean. So they like their job. They're pleasant to have. I'm here working. It'd be nice, and it would be superior performance in my mind with a housekeeper if I had someone like that. And it's all about answering that question, what is superior performance in the position, or what must happen in the position. And then something I thought about that I hadn't used before, but I would really like as I hire somebody new, is somebody that's willing to do errands. So I have responded to the question and I've brainstormed on the position of housekeeper. That is step 1. Set this down. The next step is the P in the process. It's the second step. You're going to take all those items that you brainstormed and you're going to place them into categories. And you want 3 to 5 categories. So you'll look at each. I'll look at each Post-it note and I'll group like Post-its or ideas together so that I end up with 3 to 5 categories. If you end up with more categories, go with that and then see if you can shrink it down or move one category into another. So basically what we're trying to do is create a dashboard, so we only have 3 to 5 focus areas in the position. So here's what I came up with for the housekeeper. I took my items, I grouped them together, and I came up with 3 categories. So I group them first. These things are alike. And then I read them and I say, well, what is a headline or a summary statement that would succinctly describe this category? And so it is high integrity and positive attitude. That's a headline that would describe what I'm looking for. Second one was about the cleaning, knowledgeable, independent, takes ownership, so takes pride in their work. So I really want someone who takes pride in their work. And then thirdly was around the errands. So I have my 3, you could call these my 3 performance expectations. I placed the responses, I've created headlines, and now I'm going to prioritize them. I already have. This is my number 1. This is number 2, number 3. And then I'm going to try the litmus test for a dashboard. The litmus test is, if this doesn't happen in the job has failed. And so if I apply that to each one of these statements, I would say, yes, that's right. Because what I'm looking for is superior performance. And these are the 3 things that if any of these don't happen, superior performance in the job as a housekeeper in the Price household has failed. Or I don't have superior performance. So that's step 2, the P. In placing responses. Now we go to the third step in our RPM process, and we're going to put metrics on the 3 statements. So I've got my 3 statements here. The interview questions, I show you how to do those in several of my different products, how you pick interview questions. But we have to have the dashboard so that we're all thinking about the position in the same way. Also want to mention, I just did it one person. You can do a group, and ideally you would do a group. First, the main objective is that you just do a position dashboard. But if you had a group of subject matter experts, people who have a vested interest in the success of the position, you can do a dashboard. I facilitate those types of meetings. You can have 3 to 10 people. And what you would do in the first step, the respond to the question, is you would give people one of those large post-it notes, give everybody 3 post-it notes, and tell them to list their first, second, and third answers to the question, and then have everybody go around the room round robin sharing their number 1 answers first, and then talk about those, place the post-its on a board, and then talk about their second answers. And what you'll be interesting to you, often people think that everybody has the same view of the job as they do, and often what you find in a group situation, people have different ideas about what success is in the job. And so great discussion is held when you can have a position dashboard discussion with people who are interested in the success of the position, and it will greatly enhance if those people are the people doing the interview, because what you create together, your position dashboard, will make for much more effective interviewing, because everybody's going to be on the same page looking for the same things. So position dashboard, a key hiring tool, because it helps you get clarity around the position, helps your interviewers be more clear about what they're looking for, helps you select the right interview questions, and gets you away from the 3 biggest interview mistakes that people make. It also can be used in onboarding. Instead of just giving your new hire a big manual and a ton of information to overwhelm them and a long job description, give them the position dashboard and tell them at the end of the day, these are the things that are most important for success in the job. That will help them start out on the right foot and give them lots of clarity around what must happen and where their focus must be. And lastly, use the position dashboard in ongoing performance expectation discussions. That is RPM. Thanks.